So when I think about gratitude, I have to say that I have a lot of gratitude for how fortunate I am to be married to the person I'm married to today. And I say that because the man I'm married to, who identifies as a cis male, is also a unicorn in a lot of ways because he's rare. You know, he was assigned male at birth. He is a cis male. He identifies as such and is not insecure about his masculinity one bit. He knows who he is. He has not been insecure about his masculinity. And how I know this? How do I know this? He never asked me what my body count was. It's a good thing too, because I'd have to tell him, well, you want to look at the basement? That's always my joke, but that's a lot of people's jokes. But the reality is, no, he doesn't give a fuck about what my sex life was in the past, because it was in the past. And, you know, he is not insecure about that. Okay. It doesn't bother him at all. As a matter of fact, in his defense, he's only been with one woman his entire life. And then there was me. And when his wife had passed on, you know, he told me stories. I mean, they had a great sex life, a great marriage, and a great sex life, you know. But he also was not insecure about who he was and who he is, even back then. Okay, there was not an ounce of jealousy in a lot of ways. There was nothing. They trusted each other. And that is why there was nothing negative in that marriage. When I meant, what I meant to say when there was nothing negative. In the marriage with me, about the only negative parts is basically me trying to work on myself and recognize my toxicity. And sometimes I don't, and I'm not as mindful as I should be. And I admit to that. And then I work even harder for myself. Okay. Because I myself want to be a better person. And it trickles down into the marriage, because quite frankly, when you're working on yourself, you're doing it for the better. You know, for myself, I'm doing that, you know, and my own trauma, therapy and everything, processing my own trauma, my own generational trauma. So it is not a terrible marriage at all, but a wonderful marriage. And I'm lucky to be married to the person I'm married to the unicorn of a man that I'm married to, because we don't use gender roles in our marriage. We work as a team. We're a team. That is what marriage is about. We are a team. We both knew what we wanted and what we didn't want in this marriage. We know that we both did not want children, so we never had children, you know, which is fine. I wouldn't be able to anyway. I had a hysterectomy in 2018. So it works, you know, and I think with him and I, we work very well because we trust each other. I can go, if I had local friends, like if I had friends that were my own, and I do have good friends, and I met them through Andy, you know, although I met my other friends in theater, they're really more Andy's friends, you know, but they are great people and they are good friends and they have been there for me. And, you know, they're also very down to earth. But if I had my own local friends, if I wanted to go out on a weekend or something, he would not have a problem with it. Even if it was me hanging out with other dudes, I'm not going to do anything with other dudes. I'm not going to do anything with other women either. I am queer after all, you know, but he trusts me. And I trust him. I don't care that he hangs out with his friends. He's fine with me. So when someone asks you, especially a dude, when they ask you, what is your body count? And they're asking in a way that is like, please make it 0, whatever, you know. Ask them why they're asking that question. Ask them, well, what's the point of asking that question? So what? What if I did have a great sex life and had a lot of sex in my day? What is that a problem with you? I figured you'd be more into that, considering you'd want someone with experience, you know. But at the same time, you should ask, why are you asking me that? Because if this dude is going to feed you with or come up with, well, a true relationship is someone who, you know, who is a virgin, a woman worth dating is someone who's a virgin, tell him to go fuck himself. Tell him to go find a virgin. Because it's not about finding a virgin for them. It's about who can I have sex with so that they have no one else to compare it to. That's what that's about. They really are that scared. The men are that weak. It's very sad. And I've met women like that too. It's not just the men. It's also the women, but this subject is about the men, you know? So I will always say that I am one very lucky woman because I married an amazing person who is a unicorn of a man. And I don't know what the fuck I did to deserve such a wonderful person, but I'm going to make sure I keep doing it because he's a good person. And I really did luck out with that.